every day for decades. That was the only station rectified. There's still 17 existing stations where patrons in the thousands ferry every single day from the East Bay, on the C line, the R line, the A line, to the M line. So, that being the case, I believe you guys stated that no one knew about Dorothy Duggar's lovely compensation package, correct? If by show of hands, can the board of directors show me which one of you were on the board when Dorothy was forced out of Bart? No one? Everyone's new? So no one had nothing, no hand in that, right? And you stated yesterday, I believe, on KQED that you had no knowledge of this, correct? That's not what you said? Okay, so, just as a matter of fact, I was raised down south, so if you're gonna step up to the mic, you better have your facts together. Mateer and Ross wrote, June 14th, I'm sorry, let me go back. March 27, 2011, and I quote, "One solution being kicked around would be for Duggar to leave but stay on the books. That would mean she would still be paid as an employee for the 15 months of severance she would be owed under her contract, plus unused vacation, comp time, and sick leave, all accruing toward her retirement and her pension level." Again, March 2011. Okay, so you guys weren't around for that. Again, let's talk about, we like to call it willy-nilly spending, mismanagement of funds, which no one's accounted for, but the general manager got forced out because of positive ridership, record numbers, and settling contracts that were to the tune of $100 million in concessions. Dated June 14, 2010, a study was put together to define major service change. 3 words, also of Mateer and Ross, to the tune of $800,000. You're talking about waste of funds that you want us to continually sit here and take away from our families. With, I believe the last raise was a COLA raise. We got 30 cents in the Bay Area, 30 cents over 8 years. $800,000. What did you do with that? Well, 35 community meetings were held to hire army of translators to staff the meetings. 6-figure consultants, yet once again, were brought to the table to oblige for the reports. Why? Because Bart was in violation of the Title VI Civil Rights Act, which jeopardized $100 million in the Oakland airport, of which, when you guys realize it, the smart ones tried to kill it, couldn't kill it. Why? Because you'd be on the tune for $125 million to $245 million to pay off everyone that was already on the books. So now we have a $500 million airport transporter for 3.5 miles when you could have built 5 existing new stations to increase revenue, to increase ridership, but no one has oversight. That's the problem here. So, we're going to keep going here. West Dublin Station. You all remember that. That was a $26 million over budget, overrun. Why? 2 walkways connect to the middle of the station that sits in the middle of the freeway. $6 million was paid out because the lawsuit was pending from the contractors when Bart Board of Directors or Bart Management at the time tried to blame them for the mishap of the bridges not being under code, which in fact they followed Bart's protocol from A to Z. Then it was $20 million to have the contractors sit around for a year and a half for a station that was pretty much 80% built, but the passengers couldn't get to it because it sat in the middle of the freeway. Now, if anyone has a calculator, we can start adding up all of these overruns of mismanagement of funds. Wheelchair ramp at Lafayette. This was dated October 4th, 2011. In all of my years on this earth, 44 to be exact, I've never found a ramp that cost $2 million. $2 million to go from that BART side to the 3rd row of the seats. This is a habitual misuse of public funds, a habitual misuse of government funds, and a habitual misuse of taxpayer money. BART management existing, once again, let's not try to put this on the current GM. She's new, she's been doing a great job. But all of the parties beforehand have continuously mismanaged funds to the tune of billions. Software that was supposed to be initiated that didn't even match the existing system. That was to the tune of about 20 to 30 million. You guys probably remember that fiasco as well. BAP, which was implemented, that didn't work nowhere near the capacity of which it was purchased for. So we're talking about mismanagement of funds. And now you guys want to, yet once again, after we conceded $100 million, because you let the public buy into, oh, it's a recession. BART never has a recession. BART gets 80% of all federal money distributed from Washington, D.C. The only threat you've had recently was when Caltrain was going to get a substantial amount if they electrified their rails, which they couldn't. And the capacity of customers that they have, we dwarf them. Dwarf them. Now let's just look at what BART's operations, the ATU, SEIU. A couple of weeks ago, when the bridge situation, last year, the fire, just the portal, West Oakland, the portal being cut off through the entire Bay Area into a tailspin. Who authorized a senior citizen home to be built feet away from BART tracks? So once again, there's no oversight for you guys. And every time that someone doesn't meet a deadline, someone mismanages funds, how do you correct it? You spend more money. It's not your money to spend. You're not put in these positions to spend crazy amounts of funds and then turn around decades later and say, we need rail cars. You knew you needed rail cars 15, 16, 20 years ago. It's common sense. If the Bay Area is growing, if the community is growing, if the businesses are growing, guess what? The transportation system has to grow. And if you keep mismanaging funds time and time and time again, it's not our problem. It's your problem. It's management's problem. It has nothing to do with us. If you couldn't get it together off $100 million, what makes you think you're going to get it together off of benefits? And for Paul overseer to sit here and say, you know, they don't pay anything into what benefits like everybody in the Bay Area, neither does management. The reason we went to that last time is because the way BART recruits executives to come to the Bay Area, 5 years you're fully vested. It's not for us. We're not going anywhere in 5 years. I've been there 12 years. I probably still got another 30 to go. But to recruit someone from a tech company or someone with exceptional transportation experience, you have to make it a very good package. So that was designed for upper management and top level executives. And it just so happened we were smart enough to negotiate it for ourselves. So in a nutshell, you guys got to start being responsible. There are a couple of board members that are no longer on the board because why? People in those districts woke up and said, you know what? We're tired of just voting for the person that name rings the bell. You're not pulling your weight. You're not making it happen. And we're not giving up anything. I repeat, anything to fix the past administrations, Marlboro, all of them. When you spend money and you do favors for friends, and you do stuff to get votes to get reelected, and you promise the people, hey, we got an extra $4.5 million. We're going to give it to the consumers. We're going to go out and take polls. What do you want? We want clean trains. We want longer service. We'll give it to you. Then, when the money comes, you go, you know what? Yeah, not going to happen. Okay, when you spend, you have an allocation of $75 million, and you say, we're going to clean the cars. We're going to make sure that our constituents can ride in a safe and clean environment. But there's 700 rail cars and you deep clean 50. What's the percentage on that? You continuously lie to all of the Bay Area of what you're going to do, what you were put in a position to do, and it does not happen. HEU, SEIU, we're not going to foot the bill for existing mishaps on budgets. What needs to be done, just like there was an oversight committee for the police department after Mesley murdered Oscar Grant, an oversight committee needs to be placed on the board of directors on how to financially distribute funds. And again, it's not our problem that you can't manage funds. It's not our problem that past boards sat there and agreed to distribute funds for this project, that project, and no one actually did their homework. No one did research. Again, $2 million for a handicap disability ramp, only to find out that on this side of the station, there were no disabled parking. And to sit here and say that you're going to put up canopies for our safety, please tell me how a canopy over an escalator is going to save my life when somebody comes to put a bullet in my face. And to wrap it up, I did speak last time when we had the situation of, we're talking about, I believe, Radulovich, you stated in the Examiner how Muni drivers experience more than our BART train operators, and they're just sort of complaining. Train operators complaining about it. I'm gonna ask all of you this. When's the last time you've seen someone's brain spilled out in front of you? How many times have you seen someone's body severed in half? I myself have seen a man's leg sliced off with his intestines falling on the floor. And you wonder why we take sick leave. Again today, a young man is fighting for his life at El Cerrito Plaza, one of the nicest stations in the system, but at this point in the community, nowhere is safe. And you guys seem to forget the amount of passengers that we have, and you might not know, you just might not be versed, so let me educate you. Every prison system and every court system and every jail, every time someone's released, where do they take them? To BART. They drop them off. I'm what you call a super agent. I work every station in this system. I have some more seated. 15 minutes. Okay. So, to close out, all the prisoners get dropped off at BART. Where's the TSA screen? Your time. Thank you. Do a better job.
Hi, my name is Sarah Bolton. I'm a train operator. My name is Sarah Bolton. I'm a train operator out of Richmond Yard. I've been a train operator since October of 2011. I brought my children here with me so you can see exactly what this is affecting. It's not just affecting us, it's affecting our families as well.
Yes.
I'm also here to show you what happens when things are not taken care of. This is an injury I sustained on a car that was reported 2 weeks prior to my injury for the problem that I had an issue with. I could not get into the cab door. I've now been off work for a month. My paycheck has gone down due to being on workers' comp. I was already living paycheck to paycheck. I'm a single mom. They're all I have. And now you want to take more away from us? You want to take more away from them? It's not fair. You know, we report things, it doesn't get taken care of, and then it doesn't get taken care of until somebody gets hurt.
Yep.
And I'm now hurt, I'm pending surgery possibly, and it's not fair to me, it's not fair to them. And the way, you know, I've been a BART employee for less than 2 years. I couldn't tell you how excited I was to say I was a BART employee, and so proud to be a BART employee. And then to see what you guys are saying about us on the news breaks my heart. You know, saying that we make over $100,000 a year. I would love to make $100,000 a year. I wouldn't be here if that was the case. We live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes we have pancakes for dinner the night before our paycheck because we don't have any food left for the rest of the week. You're hurting us, you're hurting them. Please don't do it. And please make it to where I'm proud to say I'm a Bart employee again.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Robert Molito. I'm a train operator. Can you hear me now? I'm reading some of the things that came out of the Bart publication, that sales tax drops 20%, ridership is down 10%. We need to cut back. We need more concessions from the workers. They're making too much. Well, over the Bart budget figures, in 2010, ridership was 335,000 a day. 2011, 345 a day. 2012, 366 a day. Projected for 2013, 390. I don't see a drop there. Sales tax revenue, 2010, 166 million. 2011, 180 million. 2012, 195 million. 2013, projected 207 million. I don't see a 20% drop there. In 2009, when we settled our contract and we bit the bullet, we took no raise, no COLA, nothing. Because our nation was in financial crisis. A lot of people, even here on BART, were fighting just to keep their home. What did our BART executives do? They got raises. They got bonuses. Well, wait a minute. What's about our fair share here? Who's going to carry the load? Are we going to share the load? Or are we going to go back to 1930s employment where we have no representation, we have no health care, we have no pension to look forward to? Is that what we want? How would you like the chairs that you're sitting in? Maybe they're duct taped together with duct tape sticking to your clothes. There's springs sticking through the seats. The seats are all wobbly like this, but you're trying to do your job. That's what we have to work on. I reported windows on my trains a lot of times because they try to close them and they would stick on you and they would jerk your arm and stuff. Well, I ripped my rotator cuff. I lost 2.5 years because of your nurse deal there where they tried to rush me back to work and I had to go through this work hardening program. I told them I wasn't ready yet. They made me do it anyway, and it made it even worse. I did 2 operations. I was out 2.5 years. You know what that turns into? I have to work 2.5 years longer to get the same retirement because I didn't get any retirement while I was injured on the job. My wife works for the school district. They have PERS. They have workers' comp. When they get injured on the job, their retirement is paid. Why is ours different? I'm not understanding a lot of things. And that's really about all I want to say. Oh, I want to say one more thing too, is that when, I understand that some of these executives, when they've saved up their vacation, their sick time, so they're getting paid while they're retired.
Your time's up, did you wrap it up?
But why are they getting bonuses? They're retired. I thought you got bonuses for doing good work.
Put on a better shirt for you this time. I just want to correct that. You guys are the oversight committee. You know, you need oversight, but anyway, long time you guys, some of you have been here. PERS was super funded for how long? Members used to get checks back. That was negotiated away and given back. Where's the foresight when it's super funded that we keep it for a rainy day? We talked about the need for new cars. You needed them for 10, you know you need them for at least 10 years, but yet 5 years ago, how many millions did you spend on refurbishing? And again, with duct tape, so on, it's still in there. Cars being reported on a constant basis, flats. When I started here, Paul Overseer showed up to my class. Said he started as a bus driver. Said the opportunity for to grow within the company was there, and it would be done. Turns out it's cliquish, you may want to look into that. Most people with no common sense, and you wonder why you got deficits, overruns, and unnecessary grievances. You need to start looking, folks. Elections are coming. You can have the rest of my time too. That's gone?
If you hadn't built the people mover to the open airport, you could have bought 100 trains. That's 1/10 of what you claim you need. Everyone was against it, all the community organizations, but you still went ahead and did it. And I don't make false accusations against people, so I won't say there were kickbacks involved. I wanted to ask a question, if it's true that our general manager will be vested in 2 years? Speak on it.
Yes,
That's
what
right.
did that cost?
Is she gonna be vested in medical and retirement in 2 years?
Wow.
Is it possible that there was a package deal with Hogs? So that you guys could wash your hands like Pontius Pilate? And disclaim responsibility?
Yep.
For what happened and what is happening now? I want to say, I can't talk obviously about what happened to me, but I will be exonerated.
Hello.
And a lot of money will have been wasted to stop the organizing. That's why that happened. To intimidate workers from reporting assaults and organizing for a good contract.
Right on, brother.
I'm very angry because you didn't do this just to me, but to my coworkers and to my family. And my family is large and substantial. With all the fiscal mismanagement that's gone on over this time, we could have already done all the things that are in your modernization plans. Forgive me if I'm a little upset, but when people do personal things to me, I tend to get upset, especially when they're not true. I want to ask, why was the contract for 2 years? Was it so that after the job was done, of trying to destroy the union no matter which way it came out, then they go on their way? A real decent compensation package while you want to take food out of our children's mouth? I'm wondering, is there anyone that has an answer? I said at the AC Transit board meeting yesterday that I grew up in Harlem and East Harlem. It was a black and Sicilian neighborhood. And I learned a little Latin. I wasn't an altar boy, because otherwise I might be in the board of directors. Now, one thing that they used to say when I was in the 70s, working in the shipyards, was lavorare, cognare, parati somos. We're here to work, or we're here to fight. Either one. It's your choice. We come to work, but you want to force us into a fight. And you guys got so terrified of the pushback you were getting, of the organization you were seeing, of the strength and unity of our members, that you canceled the meeting. We trust my police, it's my opinion. I don't know, so I don't want to be accused of false charges. When I am finally exonerated, believe me, we will be hearing from me. And we will be hearing from the members. And what you succeeded in doing, instead of intimidating the workers, you succeeded in uniting us,
Yeah.
into making us really angry.
Yeah.
You got it.
So it backfired. And I hope you're prepared for that.